А то я сам себя не слышу. Окей.
No, now everything is good. 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yes, old, да, так. Second, please. Так, it's presentation, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Dear participants, the video and presentation have been expanded and uploaded, but I себя бы еще, да. Вот, еще себя выключить. And therefore, I will try to voice the main points of our work. Firstly, it is worth pointing out that the work is carried out by the University of Radioelectronics within the framework of the scientific school, which was founded by Yuri Petrovich Shabanov-Kushnarenko and Mikhail Fedorovich Bondarenko. The successor of scientific works, which is Natalia Valerievna Sharonova and Grigory Grigorich Четверяков. I also want to express my gratitude to the organizing committee and reviewers for constructive comments and the opportunity to speak at such. Sorry, please. And main task of the discuss decomposition tools. Problem statement. The development of conjunctive decomposition tools focused on building logical network models is the main topic of this article. The possibility of using such tools for the development of linguistic information processing. It is main topic of our conference. And the relationship between operation in relation algebra of finite predicates and logical networks. With the help of relation statement about dependence, the algebrological apparatus of decomposition of predicates was further developed. The main types of dependence of attributes in relating are considered: functional, multi-valued, and connection dependencies. The decomposition of the model of inflectional processing was performed using the method of binary decomposition of functional predicates developed in the work. Video and presentation have been exhibited, and sorry, the Zoom is terra incognita for me.
Okay.
And and I so sorry. In conclusion, 5 minutes I saw our scientific school developing the basic provision of the algebra of finite predicates, and we are develop this work, and we have any reports on this conference when we saw our predication, our works are discussed. Thank you.
Thank you for your research. If our audience have any question, you can ask. Any questions from the audience? Okay, maybe I will have one little question about what about comparison with other approaches? You have this approach, and what about comparison with other?
We comparison our project in computer-based teacher system and computer-based testing systems. And will be a report of Maxim Makaruk. He will report about new area of our work.
Okay, we will be waiting for his research, and our work will be useful and productive. So thank you, Igor, for your research. And after now we must listen to Dmytro Sitnikov, Polina Sitnikova, and Andrii Kovalenko.
Thank you.
No, we haven't said. Iryna Gruzdo, Iryna Kyrychenko, Glib, Tereshchenko, and Nadiya Shanidze.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
and research about metrics applicable for evolution software and the design stage. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I am quickly because with coronavirus.
Oh, okay. You can only the main goal and the main conclusions, and we will discuss only.
Yeah. Just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay, we see your demonstration.
Can you see my demonstration?
Yes, everything is okay.
Good afternoon. I would like to present to your attention a report on the topic metrics applicable for evaluation software at the design stage. Authors Iryna Gruzdo, Iryna Kyrychenko, Glib Tereshchenko, and Nadiya Shanidze. A delighted report is presented on the YouTube channel Colins Conference 2021 with the same name, metrics applicable for evaluating software at the design stage. This article is generally devoted to the analysis of exciting metrics used in the process of evaluating software at the design stage. To do this during the study, we studied the most popular quantitative metrics used to access software at the design stage, taking into account the main highlighted indicators that affects the assessments. Conclusions are drawn on the use of the considered metrics in the practice of IT project management. In the course of the study, a pattern was noticed that in order to improve the quality, it is advisable to use several assessment metrics for their subsequent comparison as well as to confirm the result. At the same time, the selected metrics should complement each other and answer different questions for a high quality software assessment process, which in turn will allow you to achieve the required level of quality. Also, in the course of the study, tables were developed that allow taking into account the calculated criteria. It's just a minute, it's here. Criteria and implicit criteria for each of the metric considered and take into account the influence of the dependent factors, which in turn allows you to select the necessary criteria for assessing the quality of software, taking into account their advantages and disadvantages. It is also allows in the future to make the mathematical description and as objects for performance of metrics, taking into account the significance levels of each of them. This in turn allows, without significant time expenditures, to achieve the required software quality, taking into account the required and necessary criteria, thereby increasing the accuracy of the result obtained. Also, the result obtained will allow to continue to work on the analysis of the used statistical metrics for software evaluating used in the development of software project throughout the development life cycle, and subsequently will allow to continue the development of IT project management methodology, which should meet modern trends in IT management projects. The full version of the article can be read in the collection Colins 2022 and video on YouTube channel. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much for your research. If our audience has some questions, we are hearing for you. Very nice. Be in good health.
Yeah.
Maybe I will have only one question. And you told a lot about metrics for analysis. And in what way these metrics were determined? Because there are a lot of kinds of different metrics. Why these metrics?
Because these metrics are more quality describe how IT project work, and how we can look on project and оценить. Sorry.
You can
estimate.
Estimate or check. It's
yeah, check IT project. So we research only this metric.
And if this metric is better for example, software performance or something like this?
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much. If any other questions from the audience?
Thank you, and healthy.
Be in good health. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Zoya Anatolievna, please check Dmitry Sitnikov.
I checked
He's
him.
waiting.
We checked him in a previous time because Iryna started because he wasn't.
Yeah. I know, but he's waiting now.
Oh, very good. If Dmitry Sitnikov, Polina Sitnikova are available, we are waiting for them. Dmytro Sitnikov, Polina Sitnikova, and Andrii Kovalenko. Iryna, you can put off your presentation.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Just a minute.
Dmytro Sitnikov, yes, we are hearing you, and we are waiting for your research about methods and eliminating features from logistic equations. You can share your presentation, and you have 5 minutes for your research.
Excellent. Can you see my screen?
No, because Iryna now must switch off.
I'll try.
You must go to демонстрация экрана and to put on. Click on this button.
Demonstration. Is it okay now?
No, we are still looking for. Okay, I will. Okay.
Can you hear my screen?
No, we still. Iryna, can you put off your presentation?
Yes.
Oh, now we see your presentation, Dmitry. Okay, we are.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay, we saw.
Hello, everybody, dear colleagues. We're going to present a paper called methods of eliminating features from linguistic equations by Dmytro Sitnikov, Polina Sitnikova, Andrii, Kovalenko from the Kharkiv National University of Radio Electronics. For solving a variety of linguistic problems, some of which are have been described in the paper, a solution is suggested based on finite predicate algebra equations. We'll show that for some quite general types of linguistic equations, peculiarities of their structures are taken into account. It is possible to develop much simpler methods for their solution. Such methods differ from, for example, heuristical algorithms, and the main point here is the reduction of speed for solving such equations. And this reduction is reached owing to special types of linguistic equations that are normal for this field. When knowledge bases with linguistic equations and corresponding inferences for their equations are considered, we can select some special types of linguistic equations to reduce the speed of the variable elimination. First of all, we'd like to consider how do concrete values of a given feature substituted in the logical equation between other features, how tight is this link? How strong is the logic dependence between two or more given features? Then we consider different types of logic operators and a general method for variable elimination. We formulate a mathematical representation of the elimination problem, and we analyze how complex the resulting formulae are in case of such elimination. A method of feature elimination from predicate represented in the disjunctive normal form. So it is quite simple because we apply the existence quantifier, and in such a way we can quickly eliminate the non-salient variables in order to obtain links between a smaller number of variables. The main point here is the fact that if we eliminate variables just directly with the help of existence or universal quantifier, we encounter some serious problems in complicated.
We have some limits of time. You have 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, it's simple.
Yes.
Generalized method for solving systems of linguistic equations is shown here. a method for feature elimination from special types of predicates is shown here. Some types of special predicates are shown there. The procedure of eliminating variables from special types of predicates are demonstrated here. We end with an example of concrete linguistic equation where we quickly solve this problem without increasing the size of the formula. This example. Thank you for your consideration.
Thank you for your report. Dear colleagues, do you have, if you have some question, you can ask them. Any question?
I have one question, if it's possible. Dmitry Eduardovich, say me please, what perspective of this work is NDUC?
Natalia Varyevna, the prospects of this work, they extend outside simply linguistic equations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was very interesting and new.
And
okay.
I have only one question. What about how to evaluate the efficiency of your work? Яким чином оцінити ефективність саме вашого методу?
It is simple if we talk about how the original formula, linguistic formula, we call it linguistic, but it is not necessarily linguistic. It can be different, and how the original formula reduces when we eliminate variables, because normally for logic equations, Boolean or finite predicate algebra equations, normally we have an increase in the size of the formula, but here for our method we have a permanent decrease of this formula.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Your questions.
We can go to, I think, to next speakers. It's in our program. It's I will say Viktor Chumakevych, Ivan Dyyak, Victoria Chumakevych, Igor Puleko, and Vadym Ptashnyk.
I'm here.
Yes. Yes. Okay, it's approach to solve the problems of filtration and extrapolation of the construction of a functionally stable of stochastic system with delay. You can show your presentation, and you have 5 minutes to show your main approach.
Okay, thanks. Let me present a report, approach to solve the problem of filtration and extrapolation in the construction of functionally stable stochastic system with delay by Viktor Chumakevych, Ivan Dyyak, Victoria Chumakevych, Igor Puleko, and Vadym Ptashnyk. Functional stability theory organized in the 1980s and was used to control complex dynamic objects and computing system. This theory makes it possible to respond to prompter system and block failures to redistribute the functions of the failed block between those capable of performing the final task. The peculiarity in the theory application is a number of requirements to be might be the system for this appearance case. Sorry. Further simple linearized differential equation were used as mathematical modems, and then a stochastic component was added, which made it possible to take into account the peculiarity of the real system function. In the general case, the stochastic differential system with a state vector z characteristic function a, b during a stochastical process w can be described by the equations 1. In the previous studies, there was obtained the equation for the conditionally optional as stability basis on expression in terms of Hermite polynomials, second equation. It has been also concluded that it is possible to available a occurrence of a filtration extrapolation process and comparing different filters based on the properties mathematical appearances. With the video spread, use of computerized control systems, stochastical decrease systems have developed significantly. On the sampling interval t, as that instead of time t tk, that state vectors value zk and the random vector value vk with the function vk, it is advised to describe using the differential equation 3. The state vector zk has inviolable value 0z and does not depend on the sequence and the space of dominion of state by the system. In the previous study, there were conclusion the peculiarity of this process for simple discrete and discrete continuous systems. Using the method of quasi-method and orthogonal explanation, it is also possible to solve the problem of filtration extrapolation for such system by their notation for the following solution parallel with previous studies. Barbashin and Galeun have worked out the solution for such systems. Modern complex dynamic systems such as aircraft system, electromechanical system, etc. have a more complex structure. They include Satura's calculation and actors. Thus, it is expedient to describe them using so much decrease system with delay, limited or unlimited under.
Sorry, don't forget about time limits of our conference.
We know. The full text of the report can be found on the YouTube channel of this conference. I want to improve only the results. To appearance in real time with limited computing power, this is recommended to use conditionally optional filters. We will use simple filters, for example, to evaluate the solution of difference equations, which can serve as the example of filters that meet the requirements of simplicity of calculations. For your case, we can the following approach 21st and 22nd. When given conclusions. For optimization of delta k and gamma k in equation 22nd, the linear root mean square residential of the value equations or 0k plus j plus 1 on the random vector ck is found. The standard method led to the following equations 23rd. The calculation of the multiplication experience in the formula in this case is the filtration problems. Let us apply equations third and use the equations 25 and 26. This theorem of the extensions of optimal control in the complex dynamical objects figure 1 by means of the special device figures 2 using a specialized figure 3 has been proved. Consider the feature of such system is conditional of limited computing resource and in real time, which is inherent to the operation of a large number of mobile systems. The algorithm is identification includes the residual of the form 27, 28. The registration in final algorithm can be written 29. Special indices algorithm you can see differ from each other. Conclusion. The joint solution of the obtained equation 27, 28, and 29 and suches determined the continually optimal extrapolator. System of executions can be solved using approximate method. Only of the above can be used for these purposes. The identical algorithms are generated by minimization the corresponding quadratic and weighting quadratic criteria of reciprocal. And finally, the optimal identification and adjustments algorithm corresponds to the minimum of the asymptotic error covarical matrix, which is the criteria of the covariance range. Thus, in functionally stable system, optimization should be carried out according to the several optimizational criteria. The basic structure of the system has to meet the minimum of the logical error criteria. The predictor structure has to meet a minimum of the residual criteria. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your research. If anyone have a question, you can ask. If no one have question, I have a question about comparison with other algorithms and methods, if it was made. And what is the efficiently mark of your method in comparison with them?
Алгоритми чи тільки для цього?
Ні, я можу продублювати українською це запитання. Стосовно оцінки ефективності даного методу з іншими методами та підходами.
Значить, оцінка була проведена, в публікації були в попередніх статтях, там в переліку є конференція, яка проводилась минулого року в Славську, там оцінювалася ефективність. В принципі, ми попали в час 3 секунди, що для літальних апаратів є припустимим.
Які
методів там взагалі для дискретних систем з запізненням стохастичних, там взагалі для кожної системи треба розглядати все окремо. Там нема одного методу на всі системи. Це для даних систем, даного класу.
Тобто немає уніфікованого методу для...
Ні.
Дякую за відповіді. Якщо більше немає запитань, в нас залишається 3 хвилини до закінчення цієї сесії, та буде перерва. So, we're thinking that if we will interrupt it, you must, after lunch, you must go to the same link in conference. Now everything is work. So, and I think that we will start from 15 hours. Yes, Natalia Valerievna? Because now we must finish this section.
But I think that you have some... У вас є запізнення, тому, може, ви... Так, у вас є запізнення, і ви не вклалися у той графік, що був. Тому я вважаю, що за потрібно, щоб ви зараз перепідключилися, як ми на оці 40 хвилин.
Якщо аудиторія якщо люди бажають, добре, я тоді Ольгі Валеріївні говорю, щоб...
Вони ж чекають, так, вони ж чекають. У вас же ще є доповідачі, які мали вкластися з 13:50. Тому ви зараз перепідключаєтесь і продовжуєте свою роботу.
Добре. Я зрозуміла. Тоді ми зараз можемо
А
відключити.
на ланч, там як у вас вийде, тоді, щоб ви нас догнали, щоб з 15 години ви вже брали ту чергову вашу секцію.
Добре, тоді я інформую Ольгу Валеріївну, щоб вона ще раз підключала. Дякую, Наталія
Так,
Валеріївна.
так,
Ясно.
дякую вам.
Тоді ми відключаємося і зараз ще раз заходимо по ссылці з сайту конференції. Дуже дякую.
Так, посилання першої секції. Так,
Дякую.
дякувати Богу, налагодили.